Hi, what's up, everybody, and welcome to my NXT RoadBlock review. Yeah, RoadBlock. I just usually would say NXT, regular review, but this is the RoadBlock, folks. So, what is going to happen in this NXT RoadBlock as we get into the semifinals of the NXT Dusty Classic on the women's side? We kick it off with Cora Jade and Raquel Gonzalez already making their entrance, as Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu were already in the ring. Toxic Attraction, of course, was watching from their Toxic Lounge. Now they have some male strippers as their servants and whatnot as they watched on. This tag match was good. A lot going on in this. Even showing a little bit of more story, I guess, back from when Dakota Kai and Raquel were feuding with each other. But as the match went on, no, the rest of Toxic Attraction kind of disappeared from their lounge with just, Dolan and Jane, which ended up with what was it? I know they ended up attacking Raquel Gonzalez in her leg, beating her with like a leg pipe or something, which they did continue the match, but her leg was hurt and whatnot throughout the entire match. Gonzalez looked like she's about to get the win going for the Chikanga bomb and whatnot, but she couldn't get it all the way due to her leg still being hurt. Dakota Kai ended up hitting her with a big kick, and then Wendy Chu hit like a Vader bomb and whatnot on her. Dakota Kai hit another big double stomp then off the top rope for the win. So Dakota Kai and Wendy Chu move on the tournament going into the finals, which they probably may win due to this whole oddball team going on. But I figured that Toxic Attraction was going to get involved at some point with the Gonzalez and Cora Jade, which that's going to play on into later on tonight. But they are going with the oddball team going into the finals of this. Next, we got another promo from Tommaso Ciampa. Chair sessions with Ciampa, I usually like to call it when he sits in the room with the chair, talking that he will walk in the stand and deliver as a main eventer, and he will go through Ziggler and Breaker um, and whatnot to be the NXT champion again and be the main event Tommaso Ciampa. So it was a good promo from him. Tiffany Stratton went against Fallon Henley. I didn't really know who this was. As I remember, this is Briggs and Jensen's bartender or something. For some reason, there was like a puff of smoke that happened, which the fans were looking at, and Saray ended up hitting a drop kick onto Stratton from out of nowhere, while the referee and everybody was looking at the smoke. Henley ended up hitting the Shining Wizard for the win. So yes, the Saray and Stratton interview, but feud continues and whatnot wherever this is going over that medallion and whatnot. But yeah, puff of smoke just now pops out of nowhere, and everybody just seems to look on and stuff. Um, right after that, we did have Andre Chase, another guest promo with him teaching a lesson, and that the only good student is Bodie Hayward right there, since he took one for the team, and I guess he has pink eye, as the other students questioned. He started cursing out everybody and just said, fuck you and whatnot. Here, I got 2 fingers for you. I got a finger right here, okay? So they did that. Next, we went back to the barber shop. Yes, the barber shop with Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams and other people sitting around. Like, this is like, as my co-host Kyle would say, these motherfuckers think they LeBron James out here with a show on HBO, if y'all know that. Basically, they talk about the whole stand and deliver and who's going to be the rest of the other 4 people that's going to be in that ladder match coming up. Saying like he ain't afraid of heights or something. Well, Trick say he had scared of heights and whatnot, but Mel says he's got a performance of a lifetime when he retains that title in his ladder match coming out, because Melo don't miss. So we'll see what happens when that ladder match comes up. But I think it's kind of funny they be in the barber shop, like they just have like we all just chilling out, just hanging out. So we gonna talk about what's going on and stuff. As they talk about the game, we gonna talk about how Melo gonna retain that North American title. So I can see why there's LeBron comparisons now. Wendy Williams 2.0 Lash Legend herself had Nikita Lyons as a guest. Um, Legend basically saying, so your dad's a rock star and your mom's a groupie, huh? So I'm sure everybody got a turn with her, right? She must have got around. Basically, the whole team then probably got a shot at her mom and whatnot. But Nikita Lyons said that her mom is a free spirit and not to be taught not to be judgmental of people. basically lying, saying, I don't need to do this, like this interview and stuff. Basically, she asked a question saying, yo, hit my music, you got butt implants. That was kind of funny. Nikita says that she's all natural, which I'm sure a lot of people can believe, which both of them end up arguing with each other. I don't know why they keep... I'm surprised they're even still doing these Lash Legend segments. I thought she just disappeared at this point. So she's back again now, but I thought they were done doing this whole Wendy Williams 2.0 thing going on. The Creed brothers were attacked in the back on the parking lot, since this is the most dangerous place in NXT, which is the parking lot. The most dangerous place, folks. Which they start to question people in. What? Because they were supposed to go against Imperium tonight for the tag team titles, but it looks like MSK challenged them for later on tonight. Briggs and Jensen in basically trying to figure out who may have attacked them. They start accusing Legado de Fantasma then. Legado de Fantasma. Why did I say Phantasmo? But they just start questioning them and stuff. Say, y'all usually attack a lot of people in the parking lot, okay? We know how y'all get down. But they says, if we attack the Creeds, you know about it. But, but basically, we're going to figure out that you did, okay? Because y'all got something to do with it. Because the Creeds, they did eliminate Briggs and Jensen from the tournament, as Escobar says. So how come y'all may have been the ones that attacked them, all right? And basically, Electra Lopez say, y'all just accusing us because Jensen here can't even get laid. Which that was pretty funny as they walked off then, as Briggs saying, hey, man, he's trying his best. He's trying his best. I knocked down my own camera, by the way. But he's trying his best. But right after that, we got a last man standing match with LA Knight and Grayson Waller. What do I gotta say about this match? This match was insane, but I feel like this feud is gonna continue to go on. These guys fought all over the place, even as Waller came out during his entrance. They went up to the crow's nest, which Knight ended up punching Waller off the crow's nest as everybody cheered, but it ended up with Sanga there carrying them back to ringside. Knight hit him with a chair, but he ended up selling it then. And stuff. Knight tried to go for his finisher, but it did not work. Which, Waller ended up getting back up. Which Sanga even tried to, tie or handcuff Knight to, like, the ropes or something, but Knight ended up breaking out of it, which they ended up getting Sanga there, too, and then after that, which Knight started taking a chair. He ended up hitting Waller, which I believe was a chair to the head damn near. I'm surprised to see that. They even put a trash can over his head. He started hitting Sanga with the chair several times. They had the announce table cleared. But Waller ended up hitting Knight with some slapjack, it looked like. And then Waller did a big elbow drop off the top rope onto the announce table. Which, gotta say, that did look brutal out there. Which Waller did end up getting up and everything, climbing on the Sanga. Basically to, keep him up and stuff, so they end up winning the match. So I don't know if this is going to be the final match, but still, Waller once again having LA Knight's number out there. Will he ever win? I don't know. Will his feud continue? Possibly, until he gets that win. So we'll see what happens with that. We got Mr. Tony D'Angelo at his cousin Mikey's restaurant getting that baked ziti and whatnot. So, he does a lot of business. His cousin has hustled and whatnot. And now, Mr. Tony D'Angelo is going to hustle his way to the top of NXT, okay? So, Mr. Mafia Man himself, will he be in that ladder match? I think he most likely will be. So, we'll see what happens with that. Next, Io Shirai and Kaylee Ray went against King Carter and Casey Catanzaro in the semifinals for the Dusty Rhodes Classic, which this match was very enjoyable. One thing I thought that was kind of funny was the male strippers that were there and whatnot. They were gone, and I guess they were replaced by Idris Enofe and Malik Blade, it looked like, since they beat up them, and now they're posing as the male strippers for some reason. We didn't see the rest of Toxic Attraction there other than Mandy Rose. This is probably the best match out of this whole tournament, though. I enjoyed this match. I almost believed that Casey and Caden were going to win, but I figured EO and Kaylee Ray were still going to get the win, because after they hit their big finisher onto Kaylee Ray, like a freaking, what was that, like a suplex or like a hurricane run off the top rope. Like, it was like a double team move, but it looked really cool. But it was like a Doomsday Poison Rana and stuff, but EO ended up still stopping the pinfall and whatnot. Kaylee Ray did end up hitting Casey with a gory bomb. Then after that, as EO then hit her moonsault and won the match. So now they move on to the finals for of the Dusty Classic and whatnot. But I enjoyed this match a lot. But right after then, Cora Jade ended up attacking Mandy Rose in her not toxic trap, but toxic lounge thing. So obviously, I guess their title match is going to be going back on or wherever it's going to happen at some point. Most likely Stand and Deliver, but they end up security ended up kind of breaking them up. But Cora Jade basically pissed off earlier tonight, and the whole Dusty class being ruined for her and whatnot. I know they had Indy Hartwell watching, I guess, the tag match from last week. Persia Pirotta came back talking about her date with Duke Hudson. As, we could have won that tag team, that whole tournament stuff. I could win a lot of titles, but Indy said, I've been tag team champion before, okay? But Pirotta said, if I was here, we would have more titles, all right? But Indy said, you want to see who the better woman is? We'll find out next week when we go against each other. Hudson said that Pirotta's going to need a training partner, and Pirotta ended up saying, why wait? They both ended up just making out with each other then before they moved on to the next segment. Next, Imperium went against MSK for the tag titles, which this match didn't really go on long. MSK, man, they still keep getting boos out there. Maybe because of Izzy's bitch-ass dad, but they be still getting boos out there for some reason, which I just don't think the fans are really into MSK. It's either that or someone's, I don't know, like I said, probably Izzy's bitch-ass dad conducting this whole thing. But this match ended up being a DQ finish or no contest due to the Creed brothers coming out, attacking everybody, just hitting suplexes all over the place. I swear to God, it looked like Fabian Aichner almost landed on his neck at one point because the suplex was so high, like he landed pretty hard right there, but he seemed to be okay. But maybe it'll be a triple threat tag team title match to Stand and Deliver. I don't know. Draco Anthony was working out until Joe Gacy and Heartland show up. I guess basically trying to convince him maybe to join in their cult or something. Zion Quinn saying like, hey, man, they're just trying to get in your head, okay? He doesn't need to join y'all, all right? And Gacy says, I'll give Draco some time. We'll be waiting, okay? Draco ended up thanking Quinn in, so probably will end up being a tag team match. We haven't seen Zion Quinn in a while now since the whole Santos feud, but I guess he's back on TV. In the main event, though, well, not the main event. I guess next week they're going to be debuting A-Kid from NXT UK. I don't know much about him, but I guess he's now moving up into the new NXT. Well, I guess I should say the new NXT, but regular NXT now. So he'll be debuting next week. Kushida and Ike Manjiro were watching. Kushida basically just kept looking on and whatnot, and basically just setting up a match. Jiro was just like uber, hyped and excited, like, yeah, he's coming next week, as Kushida looked on, I guess, wanting a match against him now, so I guess that's probably going to happen. But in the main event, we did get Braun Breaker, Tommaso Ciampa, and Dolph Ziggler for the NXT title. This is a great main event, let me say that number right off the bat. This was a great match. I didn't even sure who was going to win this. Shit, I never thought Ciampa was going to win, because, well, how did this really go near the end? I know Ziggler hit the zigzag onto Ciampa going for the 2 count and stuff, trying to go for the super kick. Breaker ended up spearing Ziggler and whatnot as Ciampa then hit the Project Ciampa. It's always great to see Project Ciampa onto Ziggler and whatnot. But after Breaker hit the spear, Breaker hit his finisher, the whole big military press body slam. After that, he almost had the 3, but Bobby Roode came out and pulled the referee out. Pulled the referee out of the ring. Breaker ended up punching Roode. After that, Ciampa then came back, hitting the Willow's Bell onto Breaker. He set up the fairy tale ending, about to go for the knee and stuff. But Ziggler, tried to get the pin after the whole fairy tale ending. It did not work. Breaker kicked out. Ciampa then went for his DIY kick he was going for under Breaker, but Bobby Roode pulled him back. Ziggler came out of nowhere with a super kick in after that, and now DolphZiggler is the new NXT champion. I know they didn't want Breaker being pinned, so I guess the next thing was Ciampa going to be pinned. I'm sure a lot of people are not going to agree with that, but Dolph Ziggler became the new NXT champion. Shit, I was actually surprised by that. I didn't really think that was going to happen. I just kind of expected Breaker to retain, but yeah, Dolph Ziggler, folks, the new NXT champion. That's very surprising. And you know what's so funny about this match, too? I had noticed that the crowd was never really cheering for Breaker out there. I heard Let's Go Ciampa chants. I heard Let's Go Ziggler chants. Hell, I even heard a Bobby Roode chant out there, fans chanting Bobby. So I don't think fans are still really with Breaker behind him all the way. Okay, they were more cheering for everybody else out there more than Breaker himself. So that kind of tells you something. Ziggler, I didn't really expect that. I'm sure we're going to see a match with both Ziggler and Breaker at NXT Stand and Deliver, which I don't really think Ziggler's going to be holding that title this long until, WrestleMania weekend. And maybe they need Ziggler to be champion to sell out tickets for, this Stand and Deliver. Because, listen, I've said it before. When the black and gold was still around, they were selling out arenas and stuff. It was actually easy for them to do that. But with this new multicolored brand NXT, the whole Nickelodeon logo, don't get me wrong, they got some good people down there. But is there enough interest? Are there enough fans watching? Because it turned a lot of fans away once this new NXT came up and the black and gold was gone. Is this going to generate fans to go buy tickets? I'm surprised they're doing it the same day as WrestleMania. Like, wouldn't you do this, like, before WrestleMania? Why are you doing, like, the Stand and Deliver show the same day as WrestleMania Night 1? Unless you're going to do it so early in the daytime that WrestleMania is going to come on right after. So, I find that very questionable. Like, wouldn't you at least do that on a Thursday? Because you're not going to do it on Friday with SmackDown and the Hall of Fame happening. So, you think this would be, maybe like they did with last year. What, they didn't Stand and Deliver 2 nights? We saw how that went. They had a big stacked ass card for that. You think they do that? But obviously not. So I wonder with Ziggler winning the title, is this going to gain interest or more people to buy tickets and whatnot to go to Stand and Deliver? Because it's like the American Airlines Center, and that's a pretty big building and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, with WrestleMania weekend, I'm sure it will sell a lot of fans. Sell out, dude, get a lot of fans there just because it's Mania weekend. But can they sell out a whole building? I'm not really sure if they can or not. And I'm going to find that very interesting when that happens. And with Ziggler being a champion, I'm sure that's going to be, more questionable if it will. Maybe they will. I'm not sure, but I have a lot of questions if they can or not. But Ziggler, and I'll give Ziggler one thing. At least he looks more of a fucking star on here than he's been looking on Raw and SmackDown. Because we just see Raw just rooting Ziggler mostly losing to everybody in the whole tag team division and just kind of be there to be there. But it's like now Ziggler kind of comes off different on NXT. So that kind of tells you something, okay? So we'll see what happens with that. All right, but other than that, that is my NXT RoadBlock review. Like I said, man, new champion, so very surprising. A lot of things leading in the Stand and Deliver coming up, okay? So I'm out of here. I'll see you guys then. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodieKnight890. I'm out. Peace.